Yo, what's up everybody? It's time to talk mistakes. Listen up, because if you're planning a solo trip, you do not want to miss this. We're diving deep into the top 10 mistakes people make when they travel alone. Trust me, I've been there, done that, and have the souvenirs to prove it. Some of these mistakes, yeah, I learned the hard way. We're talking about things that can totally wreck your trip, from blowing your budget to ending up in a sticky situation on the other side of the world. But don't worry, I'm not just gonna leave you hanging. I'm giving you the insider tips, the hacks, the straight-up advice to help you avoid these pitfalls and have the most epic solo adventure ever. Seriously, stick around till the end because I'm sharing a pretty crazy story about a time I totally ran out of money on a trip. You'll want to hear how I got myself out of that one. Alright, let's kick things off with public enemy number 1, overpacking. We've all been there, right? Staring into the abyss of our suitcases, thinking we need to pack our entire lives for a week-long trip. But here's the thing, you don't. I used to be the queen of just-in-case packing. Just in case I need 5 different jackets, 12 pairs of shoes, and that sparkly dress I haven't worn in 3 years. But trust me, dragging around a suitcase that weighs more than a small elephant is not fun. It slows you down, stresses you out, and honestly, you'll probably end up wearing the same few outfits anyway. So, how do you avoid this travel sin? Simple. Plan your outfits in advance. Lay everything out on your bed, mix and match, and be ruthless with your choices. Choose versatile pieces that can be dressed up or down. And remember, laundry services exist all over the world. Shocking, I know. Seriously, pack light. Your back and your sanity will thank you. Okay, next up, we're talking about researching your destination. And I don't mean just skimming through a few TripAdvisor reviews. I'm talking about really digging deep, understanding the culture, the customs, the do's and don'ts. Look, I get it. Sometimes you just want to hop on a plane and go with the flow. But trust me, a little bit of research goes a long way. It's the difference between accidentally offending someone by wearing the wrong thing to a sacred site and having a truly immersive cultural experience. Plus, researching helps you discover hidden gems, local favorites, and off-the-beaten-path adventures that most tourists miss. Think about it. Do you want to be that person who shows up in a foreign country with zero clue about the local language, customs, or even the currency? Don't be that person. Be a traveler, not a tourist. Next, let's talk safety, people. I know it's not the most glamorous part of travel, but it's arguably the most important. When you're traveling solo, you're your own bodyguard, your own security detail. So be smart about it. Don't flash your cash around, be aware of your surroundings, and keep your valuables secure. Invest in a good money belt, keep your passport and important documents locked up in your accommodation, and don't be afraid to say no if someone makes you feel uncomfortable. And here's a pro tip. Share your itinerary with someone back home. Let them know your plans, where you're staying, and how to reach you in case of an emergency. It's an extra layer of security that can make all the difference. Remember, it's better to be safe than sorry. Here is an important one. Let's talk the art of the backup plan. Okay, here's the thing about travel. Things don't always go according to plan. Flights get cancelled, buses break down, wallets disappear into thin air. It's Murphy's Law of travel. But don't freak out. That's where the backup plan comes in. Before you even leave home, think about potential travel hiccups and how you'd handle them. Lost your wallet? Have a backup credit card stashed away in a separate location. Flight got cancelled? Research alternative routes or nearby accommodations. Having a backup plan gives you peace of mind and helps you stay calm and collected when things inevitably go sideways. Remember, it's not about eliminating the unexpected, it's about being prepared to roll with the punches. Travel insurance, your safety net. Okay, I'm going to get real with you for a second. Travel insurance isn't sexy, it's not glamorous, it's not something you want to spend your travel budget on. But trust me, it's one of the most important things you can pack. Think of it as your safety net, your guardian angel, your financial superhero in case of an emergency. From medical emergencies to lost luggage to unexpected trip cancellations, travel insurance has your back when you need it most. And before you say, "But I'm young and healthy, nothing bad will happen to me," let me stop you right there. I used to think the same thing. But then I got food poisoning and ended up with a hefty medical bill. Trust me, you don't want to be stuck in a foreign country with a medical emergency and no insurance. Get the insurance. You won't regret it. Speak like a local, sort of. Time to look at language barriers. Now, I'm not saying you need to be fluent in every language under the sun, but learning a few basic phrases in the local language can go a long way. Think about it. A simple hello, thank you, or excuse me can make a world of difference in how you're perceived and treated. It shows respect, it breaks down communication barriers, and it opens doors to authentic interactions with locals. Plus, it's just plain fun. Trying to communicate in a different language, even if you sound like a toddler, can lead to hilarious misunderstandings and unforgettable memories. So, download a language learning app, grab a phrase book, and start practicing. You might be surprised at how much you can learn with just a little effort. The perils of overplanning. Okay, I know I just talked about the importance of planning, but hear me out. There's a fine line between having a well-structured itinerary and overplanning every single minute of your trip. One of the best things about solo travel is the freedom to go with the flow, to change your plans on a whim, to say yes to unexpected adventures. If your schedule is jam-packed with activities, you leave no room for spontaneity. You become so focused on checking things off your list that you miss out on the magic of the unplanned. So, build some flexibility into your itinerary. Leave blank spaces for exploring, for getting lost, for stumbling upon hidden gems. Trust me, some of the best travel memories are the ones you didn't plan for. The importance of copies. Alright, let's talk about documents. Specifically, copies of your important documents. Look, I know it sounds like a hassle, but trust me, it's a lifesaver in case of an emergency. Imagine this, you're in a foreign country and you lose your passport. Panic sets in. But wait, you remember you made copies of everything and stashed them in a separate location. Crisis averted. Before you leave home, make both digital and physical copies of your passport, visa, driver's license, travel insurance, and any other important documents. Store the physical copies separately from your originals, and email digital copies to yourself and a trusted contact back home. It takes 5 minutes and can save you a world of trouble if the unexpected happens. Health is wealth, especially when traveling. Okay, let's talk about health. Because let's be real, getting sick while traveling is the worst. But here's the good news, a little bit of prevention goes a long way. Before you jet off on your adventure, do your research. Check if there are any required or recommended vaccinations for your destination. Pack a basic first aid kit with essentials like pain relievers, bandages, and antiseptic wipes. Stay hydrated, eat well, and listen to your body. And if you do start feeling under the weather, don't try to tough it out. Seek medical attention. Remember, your health is your wealth, especially when you're exploring the world. The budget blunder and my epic fail. Alright, let's talk about money. Specifically, not running out of it in a foreign country. I'm going to share a personal story here, a cautionary tale if you will. A few years ago, I was backpacking through Southeast Asia, living my best life, soaking up the sun, eating all the delicious food. I thought I had my budget all figured out, but then I made a rookie mistake. I didn't account for the little things. The daily coffees, the street food snacks, the souvenirs. They all added up, and before I knew it, I was down to my last few dollars. I was stranded in a small town in Vietnam, no ATM in sight, and my flight home was in 2 days. It was not my finest moment. I ended up having to call my parents for an emergency loan, which was beyond embarrassing. But hey, we live and we learn, right? The point of the story is this: create a realistic budget for your trip and factor in everything. And I mean everything. The flights, the accommodation, the food, the activities, the souvenirs, the unexpected expenses. Track your spending and don't be afraid to adjust your plans if you need to. So there you have it, folks. The top 10 solo travel mistakes to avoid on your next adventure. Now I want to hear from you. What are some of the biggest travel blunders you've made? Share your stories in the comments below. I'm sure we can all learn from each other's experiences. And hey, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more travel tips, tricks, and tales from the road. Until next time, safe travels and happy adventures.